work. I love the work I do, but I'm going to need more financial security than I was actually talking to a friend who was a realtor, and he started talking about this idea of like buying properties for, $150,000, $200,000, renting them out. The renter pays the mortgage. And then after a couple of years, pull equity and do it again. And he was looking at the time at kind of where Sam invests, I think, like in Riverside and areas like that. He was looking at doing that. And it kind of blew my mind because like I just wasn't raised with people who kind of thought like that, in terms of like you can use your money to invest and use your money to make money for you. And this idea that you can get a house and someone else can pay it off for you. I mean, it was something I never thought of, and it just captivated me, that idea. At the time I didn't have kids, but I knew one day I would want to have kids. And eventually I don't want to do the whole thing where I just work till I'm 65 and then collect my retirement. Like that wasn't speaking to me. This idea of like, hey, you don't have to do that. You might be able to stop working way before you're 65. And when I heard this idea of real estate, I just knew like that was the quickest, most efficient way to achieve that. 5 years before I bought a house. So at that point, my wife and I, we had credit. I think we had about $30,000 in credit card debt. We were renting an apartment. We had car debt. So we just got to work on like first step, cleaned up all that debt. And then we decided to really accelerate our savings. We need to do a little sacrifice here, and we need to go live with our parents. So we moved in with my wife's parents for 2 years, where we just put aside a ton of money. And I know not everyone has that option, but like we used what resources we had. So we did that for 2 years, put away a lot of money. After that, bought a home. And when we bought our home, we knew we would create a rental on that property. So as soon as we bought our home, we instantly turned our 400 square foot garage into a studio. We're renting that out at $1,600 a month. I'm in LA, so rents are high. The ADU helped bump me up from, I bought it with 5% down. Within a year, because of Southern California appreciation and that ADU, I had like over 20% equity, so I could refinance out of PMI. Right after that, we still had some savings, so we started looking out of state, just knowing in Southern California, prices were appreciating so fast and we weren't going to be able to afford a down payment on a home in Southern California. So we started looking at the Midwest. We bought a house in Indianapolis. And then after we bought that, within a year, we had no cash to buy another home. I actually pulled money out of my retirement because, again, I'm not thinking anymore in terms of like 401k and Social Security.
I'm going to do some real quick math right now. So you are getting roughly a 25% or so return on that money?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So from what I just heard from Rick right now, that is beyond a respectable level of commitment, but it is something that it could be achievable. And it's basically the blueprint that's put out there by every book and every podcast and every forum. There's no secret, but you need to have that commitment. And I think I'm only guessing here, you have a spouse that's well committed too, right?
Yeah. It's my business partner. So I think you both have to be on board. So
that's the wild card.